My father's last day of work was a disaster. He moved something and wrenched his back. And everything he worked for up until that point was lost. He had burning, searing pain moving from his mid-back into his chest. It forced him to walk into a medical doctor's office. They did surgery immediately to decompress the nerves in his back, and he never walked again. How important is it to lift things correctly every time? My name is Dr. Vicentin. I run a clinic near here. I'm a doctor of chiropractic. I see these injuries every day. They're the most common injuries, but they can be devastating. I'll point out some things you know already, that when you have your health, you have everything. Your last day of work should be a celebration. My dad wanted to travel the world, but he was wheelchair bound and frustrated for the rest of his life. And Medicare only pays for so much, we found out as a family. The leading cause of bankruptcy in America is the healthcare system. Everything was lost in a moment. So how important is it to do it right every time? You already know how to lift, but I want you to stand up. Everyone stand up right now. You all know to keep your back straight, to bend with your knees. Go ahead and bend with your knees. Even when it's something light, even when it's something trivial, keep your back straight, breathe. Go ahead and have a seat. Because here's what you don't know. People get hurt all the time from trivial lifting, from something that they bend and twist, they close their glottis, or something that gets away from them, something that should have been easy and they should have asked for some help. Would you ask for some help? Because it's absolutely critical that you do it the right way all the time. I just saw a lady, she lifts bales of hay. She says, "It's ironic, Dr. Vicentin. I lift these bales of hay, thousands of pounds a day, and I bent to tie my shoelaces, and now I have excruciating lower back pain that's radiating down my leg." She says, "It's funny, but I see this every day. I know," here's what you don't know, "that this is a wear and tear phenomenon." In other words, you can get away with it the first few thousand times. But one of these days, it might catch up to you. In the back of the back, there are delicate nerves and guiding structures that hold things together. And when you bend and twist, that is the worst movement. That's the most common movement to cause a discal protrusion, to cause the discs between the vertebrae to protrude and to interfere with the delicate and sensitive nerves that go down your legs and to your organs too. So I'm inviting you to lift it correctly every single time. Sometimes, let's face it, there's no handles on the object, you can't get it close enough, it's awkward. Would you ask for help? Ask for help. Easy to do. Your colleagues want you to win. You're surrounded by people that want you to win, that want to help you. You could work together and avoid disaster. Your last day of work should be a total celebration of your life and your health to that point. And how about breathing correctly? Everyone close your glottis right now. Go like this. With your glottis closed, you're pressing down on your organs. You risk hernias of the discs of your organs. So it's important to breathe when you're lifting. Some of you, before you lift, you close your glottis. You think you're going to be stronger. You'll be weaker if you close your glottis. You have to keep this airway open to let air in, strengthen you. Just like your gym teacher told you, it's important to do what? Is it important to breathe? You should breathe all the time. Don't ever close your glottis. Keep your back straight. Everyone stand with me one more time, please. We'll review this one more time. You already know how to lift, but I'm going to tell you why to lift correctly. Go ahead, bend your knees. When you bend like this, you're using the bigger joints in your body. You're avoiding engaging these little joints and your nervous system. Do it again. Keep your back straight and breathe. Don't close your glottis. Open your glottis, breathe. And that's the proper way to lift. Go ahead and have a seat. Lift as if your lives and health depend on it. You're going to spend the rest of your life behind those eyeballs, inside that skin. I want you to be and stay healthy over a lifetime. And if you lift it right every single time, you'll never get in trouble. You watch weightlifters all the time on television, videos. They lift hundreds of pounds. It seems impossible, but they're doing it correctly every single time. Because why? How come they do it right? Have they been trained? You're receiving some training, and they don't want to get hurt? I want you to go home healthy and happy from your first day to your last day. But this is a wear and tear phenomenon. What does that mean? Anyone? Overuse, yeah, that it's cumulative. It's like the straw that broke the camel's back. So let's see how you're doing. In the last 30 days, have you had neck pain, headache, numbness and tingling in your arms, hands, and fingers? That's not okay. That's definitely not okay. You should write your name and phone number down and a convenient time to talk so that my secretary can set up a special evaluation for you. How many of you have had back pain, constipation, diarrhea, numbness or tingling down your legs? By show of hands, that's definitely not okay. And I want you to write your name down and phone number if you're serious about finding out what's wrong and maybe doing something about it. I run a very busy clinic. So don't write your name down unless you're serious about finding out what's wrong and maybe doing something about it, because it's a very thorough examination. Orthopedic, physical, neurological, structural. It's a $195 evaluation, no charge and no obligation, but you have to write your name down now. Those of you who are watching on the video, if you need a speaker for your next safety talk to tell people how to do it right every time, give my center a call. The number's below. Meanwhile, share if you care, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with something powerful and positive for you and yours.